Breaking news just coming in. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai is likely to meet Praveen's family. Bommai has cancelled celebration. We'll be meeting the victim's kin now. Priyanka is joining us with the very latest details on this. Priyanka, after that midnight presser, pressing for the anti-terror squad as well. Now Basavaraj Bommai, source-based information coming in, likely to meet Praveen's family. Tell us a little more about the investigation, where it stands as far as the murder is concerned of the Yuva Morcha member. All right, Priyanka will be joining us in moments from now. But the Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai has cancelled celebrations. He may just be meeting the victim's kin as well. He had a midnight press conference with regards to this as well. There is an anti-terror squad that he said will be pressed into action. He's also likely to meet the deceased Praveen's family. Praveen used to be a Yuva Morcha member. He was murdered. Priyanka is now joining us. Priyanka, what's the latest that you can tell us about the investigation as far as the murder of Praveen is concerned? Priyanka, can you hear me? All right, our reporter will join us in moments from now, but tension continues to simmer in Karnataka's Dakshin Kannada district. Amidst anger and outrage, Karnataka Chief Minister Bommai cancelled official function and other party functions organized ahead of the one-year completion of office of his government. Police have registered a case of murder. An interrogation with several people is still underway. On Wednesday, hundreds of angry protesters hit the streets, with many resorting to stone pelting, forcing police to lathi charge. Protesters also jolted BJP MP's car over BJP workers' murder. Remember, Praveen was silenced a month after he raised his voice against the Sartan Se Jada murder for posting image on Facebook to mark a protest against the beheading of Kanhaiya Lal by Islamist radicals. Bereaved and inconsolable family is now waiting for justice for the sole breadwinner of their family.
What was the investigation?
This is already swung in action. SP is also there in the spot, and they have been constantly in touch with Kasaragod SP because it's a border. The way it has been done, it shows a very, very pre-planned and organized thing. We have taken it very seriously, and we are hopeful to nab as soon as possible. All things what is to be done is done. Some of the things we can't express it now. Probably once the culprits are caught, the whole thing will be known clearly. But at the outset, it's an organized one.
Priyanka is now joining us for all the very latest on the story. Priyanka, tell us a little more about where the investigation stands as far as this murder is concerned, and the source-based information that you're picking up on Basavaraj Bommai most likely to meet the victim's kin, and what is the government going to be doing, because he was a sole bread earning member of the family.
Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai is likely to visit the family of Praveen Nettaru, who was hacked to death on Tuesday night. Now remember, Basavaraj Bommai had called a meeting, and after an impromptu press conference late in the night, he had to cancel the event marked to celebrate 3 years of BJP government in the state. However, he will be visiting the family of Praveen today. He's most likely to be visiting. So far as the investigation is concerned, the police are still gathering evidence, and the investigation is still on. At least 8 people have been taken into custody for questioning. CCTV footage is also being investigated, and the police said that the murder is being investigated from all angles as well. Now remember, the protesters had gathered in large numbers yesterday in Bellare, where the body of Praveen was being taken from the Puttur hospital to his hometown for his final rites. The protesters turned angry, and the BJP government and several leaders faced the ire of the protesters here. The police had to resort to lathi charge as the protesters resorted to stone pelting at the mosque nearby as well. The investigation is still on from all angles, and the situation is still tense in the Dakshina Kannada district. The police are still investigating, and heavy security has been deployed in the area so far.
Thanks so much, Priyanka, for joining us with the very latest details. Priyanka continues to be with us at the moment. Priyanka, as far as the victims' family is concerned, understandably they'll be inconsolable at the moment. They are seeking and waiting for justice of the sole breadwinner of the family as well. A little about the BJP's efforts to help the family, if you could shed some light on that.
BJP leaders Nalin Kumar Katil and Sunil Kumar were on their way to meet the family. However, they were attacked by the protesters yesterday in Bellare. However, the family is inconsolable at the moment. Praveen is survived by his parents, 3 sisters and his wife. A lot of Hindutva workers yesterday resigned from their post as a mark of protest against the BJP government not taking any action and for failing to protect its workers. There were also visuals of some of Hindutva workers holding boxes to collect donations for the family yesterday as well.
All right, thanks so much for joining us for the very latest details.